Good morning, juniors. We want to take a few minutes to explain the best we can an opportunity you will be having as you sign up for and schedule classes. What we're about to show you is a one-of-a-kind schedule and an opportunity which, to the best of our knowledge, is not available at other schools in Indiana. The idea behind the schedule options you're about to see originated with conversations Mr. Lake and I have had with recent grads, as well as a good deal of information gleaned from around the country. Okay, here goes. We'll be offering 6 classes on campus here next year in the same exact format as their counterparts at IPFW or Ivy Tech. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions about this format, so write them down as we go. Seniors, or this year's juniors, will be given the opportunity to sign up for specific courses during specific time slots, which, if the course fits into your schedule, may not require you to be here all day, every day. It is possible that a good number of you will elect to take a traditional 7-period day schedule. Others might take a hybrid schedule with 2 college block dual credit courses and 3 to 5 traditional courses. Still others might choose to take a 1 block dual credit course and 5 or 6 traditional courses. Please understand that when I say block dual credit courses, I'm referencing only the courses we are teaching here at HHS in a block format. The following courses will be offered here at Homestead in blocks and will require you to be in class only 2 days a week. Physics 220, English 131, Speech, which is called Com 101, U.S. Government, which is Poli-Sci 101, a strategic marketing class called Marketing 101, and then Biology 2, or Bio 100, will be offered such that it will meet 3 days a week with a lab on Fridays. As you can tell by the graphic, there are 2 courses available in the first block in periods 1 and 2, and 3 course choices available in periods 3 and 4, as well as a course available in the last periods of the day during 6 and 7. Students choosing to complete senior coursework by opting to take 1 or more of these block classes must fit the following prerequisites. For IPFW courses, you must have a 3.0 GPA. For Ivy Tech classes, you must have scored 46 points or more on your PSAT. You can check your scores on PowerSchool. If your score is less than 46 points on any one part of the PSAT, you can test into the course by taking the Accuplacer Test here at school on 2 dates in February. Each section of the Accuplacer takes about 25 minutes to complete. You must have passed your ECAs, both of them, English 10 and Algebra 1, and you must have written parent permission in order to get into these classes. Lastly, you must be on schedule to graduate with your class in 2015. As with any scheduling scenario, you might be required to take some or make some choices. Not all classes are available to all students. For instance, you may not be able to take classes in senior block if they interfere with AP courses or electives as you wish to take. What the senior block may allow you to do is create a schedule which is a hybrid of a college schedule, allowing you some flexibility at the beginning and the end of your day. You may be able to schedule your days such that you don't have classes on Friday until 5th period, or may be able to create a schedule where you don't have classes in the morning every day, but you do in the afternoon. All of these options allow you to earn college credit, save money, and take classes here by saving you time away from school as well. Juniors are likely to have lots of questions. You're free to see your guidance counselors or ask questions to Mr. Lake, Mrs. Summers, or myself. Additional handouts and information packets will be provided as well. All in all, we believe there are 8 different scheduling options our students will benefit from while giving you greater freedom in designing your senior year. You can get more information, including PowerPoint slides and handouts, by going to My Big Campus and searching for the 2015 Senior Experience. That's 2015 Senior Experience. Thanks, and have a great day.
Hello, students, and this is Mr. Quigley speaking for the guidance counselors. As you know, I'm piggy-tailing right on to what Mr. Ginder just got done when he introduced the concept of some block classes for you. I'm going to talk to you about the overall scheduling process, and then at the very end I'm going to give you some examples of that block scheduling process too. So first of all, while we're doing this introduction, we're going to make sure we ask the advisory teachers and junior advisories, please make sure you hand a course description guide out to each student. Hand out one of these course selection guides. It should be purple. and then we're going to hand out the scheduling worksheet. They obviously will be blank. I've already completed this one to give the students an example on. So every student should be getting one of each of those. So teachers, would you please do that as we're starting up with the program? All right, now I'm going to ask you to please pay attention, and I know this is difficult. You like to write and work, but try to pay attention to what I'm talking about, because I'm going to give you the directions first, and then we can start working on some of the worksheets and things like that. First of all, we distributed the materials today. We're going to start meeting with the students. Now, juniors to be seniors, we're going to be meeting with you starting February 10th, and we're going to meet with you from your science classes. Now, that's going to be a 3-week time period, so whenever you could speak with your science teachers, and they can tell you they have the schedule already. So, for example, maybe Mr. Dillman's going to be meeting on January 26th, and so all the students from his class will be meeting down here in the guidance office, and then maybe Mr. Stumpf, and then maybe Mrs. Merkling on a different day. Those teachers can tell you the day that you're going to be scheduling. Those days are important because we want you to make sure that you are ready to go at that time. That's not a time for us to spend 20 or 25 minutes with each student. We really expect you to have selected all of your courses, and then if you have 1 or 2 questions, that's fine, but we really need to have you ready to go by that time. So that's going to start on February 10th. Now, let's go look at the materials that you're going to have. You're very, very familiar, I know, with the course description guide. This will be the 4th year that you've gotten one. Mr. Anderson completed this new one. And inside, a couple new things for you. First of all, I think you all know now about dual credit. There's a plethora of dual credit courses now available at Homestead High School. And if you look on pages 8, 9, and 10, you'll see a guide that tells you this course is offered by this university for credit in this particular university course. But you can look that over on yourself. That's page 8, 9, 10, and I even think 11. So it's just a ton of different courses there. Another thing that's important to look at is on page 12 and 13 are your graduation requirements. I keep saying this over and over again, but this is nothing new to you. You've all seen this before. Your juniors to be seniors. You know whether you're working on Core 40 diploma or academic honors diploma or technical honors, but that's all in there. And just as a reminder for you, the reason you have the course description guide is to help you select courses maybe that you're not familiar with. So on this one, I just went to page 17 if you want to do the same thing. You can see I'm looking at this very first course here. It's called Computer Programming 1. And this is the same for every single course at Homestead. You have a listing of the course with the course number, the course title. You can have some things about which diploma it works for, and then a description of what's covered in that course. So remember, every course at Homestead High School is listed in this book. So you want to make sure that you're familiar with this book, and you have been for 2 or 3 years already. I put my name on the outside cover. You should probably do the same because you're only going to be issued one. Next thing you're going to have is the course selection sheet. You know, sometimes we affectionately call it the cheat sheet. Nobody's cheating here, but it's abbreviation. It's, again, all the courses that are in the course description guide, but it's just the course number and the course title. And this will make it a lot easier when you're selecting your courses. So this year's seniors, it's a purple one. It's got 2 sides to it. And, again, that's an excellent resource for you to use. Finally, this gets kind of down to the nuts and bolts of what we're going to do as far as scheduling. When we meet with you, and we said we're going to start doing that around February 10th for about 2 or 3 weeks out of your science classes, our expectations, that would be the guidance counselor's expectations, are when you come to us, this is pretty much done. So as you can see, I've got Samantha Senior here, and Samantha, she's got her phone number and things like this. And these are the courses that Samantha has selected. She's taken the course numbers and titles off the selection sheet or out of the course description guide. And so let me show you what we've got here. Samantha is going to take dramatic literature. Hey, that's a new course in the English department. She's put the course number down, and she's going to take composition and put the course number down. Now again, from the past, you all know this does not mean that she's going to get this scheduled in first period. This is just an easy way for you to see periods 1 through 7. Samantha's also going to take advanced modeling with trigonometry, which is a full year course. She's going to take an AP biology course. She's taking Spanish 5. Here's something a little bit different. I want to point this out to you also. Notice that the Spanish 5 number now ends in 00. Any course that you come across that ends in 00, What that means is that's a dual credit course. So you can go back to the course description guide. Remember we showed you on pages, I think it was 8 to 11. You can find that course in the course description guide and see which college that course is associated with and what course at the college level that you get credit for with that course. So anytime you see a course that ends in 00, that's what that's all about. In Samantha's case, she wants to be a co-op student. She has a job that works 15 hours a week. It's a paid job, and she's going to take an ICE class, because remember, with co-op, it's a course also in addition to, and then she's going to release 6th and 7th period. In her case, I put ICE work experience, and then you didn't have to list it twice. She's going to try to get out 6th and 7th period to do that. I didn't do something that I probably should have on here, and that is we'd like you to have some alternatives. Now, in case, for example, if she can't get dramatic literature, maybe she's going to take world literature. So she should have written in here the world literature number and drawn a line up here to replace dramatic literature. Some courses, you know, you don't need an alternative for. You know you're going to get your math class, you're going to get a science class. But if you have an elective in there, or if something that you know is a singleton that won't work, we really want you to have an alternate or two listed there. So this is what needs to be done beginning February 10th. Now, if you want to know the specific date you have to be done, ask your science teacher. That's when we're going to be seeing you, from whenever that science teacher is scheduling their courses. Can't emphasize that enough. We've got to have that done. It's got to be ready to go by that particular time. Want to remind you about audition classes. Remember, in the choir area, students have to audition for show choir, whether it's Class Royale or Elite. In the band area, jazz band's an audition course. Dance teams are audition courses. What we'd like you to do is, if you know you're going to audition for one of these courses, put down the course you really think that you're going to make. So if you think you're going to make Elite choir, put down Elite choir, and then we're going to schedule that into your schedule. Now, if that doesn't happen, let's say you get chosen for Class Royale or you don't get chosen for Elite, we will move you to the appropriate course, but you guys have a pretty good idea whether you're going to make something or not. So go ahead and put those things down on those audition courses. Finally, if you know you failed something, you're going to take it in summer school, or for example, if you're going to take PE in summer school, really would like to have you put that on here so that we know that that's what you're working on. So, reiterating one more time, this needs to be done starting February 10th. I'm going to show you something a little different. If you remember the first 6-7 minutes of this program, Mr. Ginder talked to you about this new program where we're going to have some block classes. And so what I'm going to do is show you on the flip side of this. If you really think you're going to be one of these block scheduled students, so here's Sam the senior. And Sam feels that he's going to be doing some block classes in here. You only do this if you're going to do some of those block classes. If you're going to do a traditional schedule, we're only doing the front, like Samantha Senior did. But if you're going to try the block classes, that's what this is set up for. So if you look and see what I did here with Sam the Senior, Sam wants to take the W131 composition class on Mondays and Wednesdays in the fall. So we blocked out first and second period in the fall on Monday, and on Wednesday we blocked out first and second period in the fall. And that way we know that's specifically where he wants that class. If you look, I used red on this one, and I said, well, in the spring, he's going to take this physics class, first and second period, and he's not going to come to school first and second period in the spring. So we X that out. And that's the same thing with the Friday. So Sam the senior here really has listed out, it's a little bit of a confusing thing, but I think you'll learn it as you start playing with it. This is for the students who want to block. I'm going to give you some examples of that in a moment. Notice on the bottom here, we did have something we want you to know. Since block higher education scheduling is not guaranteed, we want you to do an alternate. So Sam the senior can do this, requesting block classes. This is great. But Sam, in case you don't get the block classes, we want you to have an alternate over here. Now the final thing I'm going to show you is Mrs. Summers did this. She put together a really nice, Mrs. Lackland and Mrs. Summers put together some really nice programs here to show you what somebody's schedule might look like. This is a person who's decided they're going to take block Biology 100 on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. They're going to take traditional classes, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they're going to be in the biology class. But on Tuesday and Thursday, they're out of here. They're leaving the building after 5th period. So that's one example. I'm going to run through a bunch of these with you. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Summers put this on My Big Campus. If you'll go to 2015 Senior Block on My Big Campus, you'll see these examples and about 20 others. So she tried to put together a lot of different things for you. It's an excellent resource to go to. So that's one example we had for you. Here's another one. This is interesting. This one paired English W131 with Political Science 101. That's government. So there's your composition and government. This person was taking Monday and Wednesday composition class, 1st and 2nd period. Monday and Wednesday, political science class, 3rd and 4th period. And they're not coming to school at all Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, periods 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then on these other days, they're here 5th, 6th, and 7th. So that was an example. Same type of thing. They paired up a W131, that's the English composition course, with the marketing, the strategic marketing co-op part of this class. So this is pretty much the same schedule, just with a couple different classes. And again, these are all on My Big Campus, so you can look at these. You don't have to be frantically writing at this point in time. This is a situation where the student took a morning block class and an afternoon block class. So they took W131 on Monday and Wednesday. Notice, 1st and 2nd period, they don't come to class Tuesday, Thursday, Friday until 3rd period. So Monday and Wednesday, they're in class, block class for composition. Then they go to their normal 3rd period class, 4th period class, 5th period class. Then they kick into something a little different. So they take this Biology 100, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they're leaving early Tuesday, Thursday. So they have a pretty light load on Tuesdays and Thursdays. As you can see, they've got no class until 3rd period. They got a 3rd, 4th, and 5th period, and then they're out 6th and 7th. So that's just another little bit of a different type of schedule. This is one where the student is going to only come in 3rd and 4th period. They're not coming in at all early. So they're taking that government class, the political science class, Monday and Wednesday, and they're taking speech Tuesday and Thursday, period 3 and 4. So they're not coming in at all periods 1 and 2. In fact, on Friday, they're not coming in until period 5, and then they have a traditional 5th, 6th, and 7th period classes in there. So I just want to tell you, I grabbed about 5 of these examples. As I told you, Mrs. Lackland and Mrs. Summers have put together maybe 20 samples on My Big Campus, just to give you an idea how these things work. Remember, you have to schedule both first semester and second semester. This graph I gave you earlier is a little bit confusing, but we have them by semester. You can see this is semester, this is the fall semester, this is the spring. Fall, spring, fall, spring, all the way through, Monday through Thursday. So you need to fill the whole thing out here. Well, students, it looks like it's going to be an exciting time doing our scheduling. Just to remind you one last time, starting February 10th, we expect this to be done. You need to come to us through your science classes, ready to go. If you have some questions, remind you, please don't come down to the guidance office to make appointments. The guidance counselors are not going to be able to see you on an individual basis for this, but you're welcome to email me. Email your guidance counselor. Don't email me. Don't everybody email me. Email your guidance counselor, and they'll be able to answer your question there, or they may have to send you a note that said, you know what, I need to see you. Let me set up an appointment for you. So really exciting time with scheduling. It's important that you take all this material home to your parents so they can see it. It's online. You can see this video that you just saw with your parents online, but let's get all the work done. Hey, thank you very much, and we'll see you at scheduling.